Many a master mariner sees U.S. maritime history repeating itself.
Here we spend piles of dough to build ships and train men, and we finally get ourselves a real merchant marine. And now it already shows signs of cracking up. People just don't realize that we belong on the sea. We've got foreign trade to carry, and we've got to have a merchant fleet to back up the Army and Navy in time of war. Are we going to let it all go the way we did last time?
In 1919, faced with the problem of what to do with its big wartime merchant fleet, the nation did nothing. Hundreds of ships built quickly at enormous expense under the pressure of war were laid up to rust and rot. Shipbuilding stopped. And without a struggle, the United States drifted back to its lowly position among the world's shipping nations. Its vessels were slow and outmoded, and to run them in competition with foreign lines, American ship owners were forced to cut operating costs to a minimum. As a result, cruise quarters were crowded and unsanitary. Conditions aboard ship fell far below American living standards.
Hey, belly robber, come over here. What do you want? Take this chow up to the old man and tell him we refuse to eat it.
In a determined effort, seamen intensified their fight to correct these conditions, and their strikes served to keep many a traveler and shipper from patronizing American lines. The maritime unions became one of the most active labor groups in the country. Eventually, the unions won better working conditions and better wages for their men. But these concessions, while fully justified, added to American operating costs and gave a still greater advantage to foreign shipping. Fast, modern European superliners took over the lucrative transatlantic trade. By shrewd advertising campaigns, stressing continental atmosphere and a chance to rub elbows with the great and the fashionable, they attracted many an American traveler.
I'm awfully sorry, but everything's booked solid through July. Unless you'd care to go on an American ship.
That's ridiculous. Nobody travels on American ships. You simply got to get me something on the Ile-de-France.
I'm sorry, madam. That's the best we can do.
But the merchant marine's number one dilemma will remain the same.
There's just one thing I want to know. How is my ship, with its high operating costs, going to stay on the seas in competition with foreign ships?
As an answer, many ship owners look to the government for help.
If we're going to hold our own in world trade, we've got to have government subsidies to make up for our higher cost of building and operation.
Congress should pass a law requiring 50% of our exports to be carried in American ships.
But it is in American ingenuity and resourcefulness that the fabulous Henry Kaiser puts his faith.
Remember, it is known that 1/2 the cost of the ship operation is at the dock. And we must have modern loading and unloading facilities. But more than this, we must design and build 1950 models now.
Already, ship architects are at work on designs for tomorrow's models. In their plans, they are taking account of America's one point of competitive superiority, its ability, developed in the war, to achieve speed and efficiency of operation beyond that of any foreign shipping. That the position of the United States as a maritime power of the first rank must never again be lost, that the superbly functioning marine organization developed in war must become a national asset in peace, is a proposition that the nation cannot afford to ignore. The merchant marine, with its personnel whose skill and experience have counted so heavily in the war, is vital to national security and important to the nation's peacetime economy. Much of the huge and costly merchant fleet the nation has built to transport the materials of war will be needed to deliver to world markets the products of American factories and farms. American loading and unloading techniques, which have saved countless man-hours and millions of tons of cargo space in war, will be equally valuable in peace. This immense and smoothly running maritime establishment can give the United States at last what it has lacked so long, a merchant marine commensurate with its position in world trade and its prestige as a great world power. Twice within 25 years, the United States has been forced to build up at huge cost a great merchant fleet. And what the future of today's fleet is to be depends ultimately on the American people. For only if they are prepared to support their merchant marine and take pride in it, will the United States assume once more the position as a great maritime nation she once so proudly held. Time marches on.